Thank you for joining us. It's not every day that I get to sit down with the mayor of a major metropolitan city.
Oh, well, Port Charles is hardly as cosmopolitan as Amsterdam, but I do think it's a special place to call home. Now, listen, as far as your article on Bobbie Spencer, I just don't know what more I can tell you that I didn't already say in my eulogy.
Everyone has said such beautiful things about Bobbie, and sometimes in death, people tend to deify a person and sometimes forget some of their rough spots. But I want to write about all of Bobbie.
Okay. Well, we did have some rough spots, especially in the early years.
May I ask why?
Oh, it's really the oldest story in the world. We were fighting over a boy.
Scotty, Brian made me realize a lot of things tonight, and I want to talk.
Hi.
I hope Brian also made you realize that you couldn't go on treating Scotty like dirt forever, unless you wanted him to turn to someone else for comfort. I would invite you in, honey, but considering what Scotty and I have in mind for tonight, 3 is definitely a crowd.
Looking back on it now, I think Bobbie and I butted heads because I was brought up to believe that politeness and manners and being sensitive to everybody else's feelings was the most important thing in the world. And Bobbie just said what was on her mind, you know? Back then, it ruffled a few feathers. But now I really wish that we had more people like that.
Can you be more specific?
Someone who can listen with a sympathetic ear, but also provide you with a reality check.
Look, I understand how Nicholas came into being. You're stuck on that island, married to that horrible Stavros. And Stefan standing under some olive tree looking at you with those eyes.
Oh,
please! But you, being you have to wait and see how long you can hold out before you tell Luke the truth. And then, when you finally do tell him, what do you say to him? Oh, by the way, I've got a kid who's not yours. Why do you always wait until the house is burning down before you dial 911?
Bobbie was never afraid to be honest with me. I loved her for that.
Nicknames in her family. My mom barely could tolerate them. No, scratch that. She hated them. I remember at one point my dad started calling me Champ. My mom put her foot down right away. She said, Tony, our son's name is Lucas. Not Luke, not LL, and certainly not Champ. Of course, my older sister thought that was the funniest thing in the world. So, just to needle our mom, PJ called me Champ until the day she... I guess what I'm trying to say is that my mom was a very principled and strong-willed person. She had no problem standing up for what she believed in or for her family.
Lucas is my son. He's a wonderful young man, and I'm very proud of him. And if you ever insult my son again, I will bitch slap you all the way to the Canadian border. You'll what? Do you want me to show you? We used to beat up rich girls like you in Florida for sport. It's one of those street things you never really forget. So you lay off my kid or I'll do more damage to you than you ever dreamed of.
I guess that makes my mom the champ. She was always the one you wanted fighting in your corner.
Bobbie sent con.
Hey. You know, people are looking for you. Your tip helped my sister and Felicia save the day.
I would love to celebrate with them, but I've got to go back home.
Oh, thank you. For everything.
Anytime. Champ?